All right, let's talk about printing spreadsheets. In this quick explainer, we are going to master the art of getting it perfect every single time.
You know the feeling, right? You've spent hours on a spreadsheet, you hit print, and disaster. Columns are cut off, the text is so tiny you need a microscope, and it's spread across like 10 random pages. We've all been there. Well, guess what? That frustration, it ends today. I mean it. We're going to fix that. Forever. In just the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a super simple process to take total control so your hard work looks just as amazing on paper as it does on your screen. Okay, so let's get into it. Why does this even happen in the first place? Honestly, the problem is pretty simple. Spreadsheets aren't built for paper. They're built for your computer screen. They're kind of like these endless digital canvases. So when you just tell your printer to go, it has literally no idea how to arrange all that information on a little piece of paper. And that brings us to the solution. It all starts right here, in the Page Layout tab. You really should think of this as your mission control for printing. This is where the magic happens, where we turn that digital chaos into a perfectly formatted, professional-looking document.
Now here's the cool part. All this power we're talking about, it's kind of hidden behind this one tiny little button. So, on that Page Layout tab, just look over to the bottom right of the Page Setup area. See that little arrow? We've circled it for you. You click that, and boom, you open up the most important tool you've got, the Page Setup dialog box.
Okay, inside this box, you've got your essential controls. The first really easy win is orientation. You know, switching from portrait to landscape, that can be a total game changer, especially for those really wide spreadsheets. But the real powerhouse here is scaling. See that Fit To option? If you just set that to 1 page wide by 1 page tall, you're basically telling the program, hey, just make it fit, and it'll automatically shrink everything down perfectly. All right, so now your data actually fits on the page. That's a huge step. The next thing we're going to do is add a little bit of professional polish. This is what makes your document super easy for anyone to pick up, read, and understand.
So we're going right back into that same Page Setup box we were just in. This time, just click on the Header/Footer tab. It's right there. This is where you can put really important info at the top or bottom of every single page you print out. And just look at the kind of stuff you can add here. We're talking page numbers, the date, even the file name. This is so helpful for keeping things organized, especially if you have a really long document or a bunch of different versions floating around. It just makes everything look clean and professional. Okay, now before you actually hit that print button and commit all this to paper and ink, there's one final, absolutely critical step. And trust me, you should never, ever skip this. And that brings us to what I call the golden rule. It's simple. Always, and I mean always, preview before you print. Seriously, this one little habit is going to save you so much paper, so much ink, and just a ton of headaches. You get to catch any little mistakes before they become a reality. This screen right here, this is your final checkpoint. It's showing you exactly what that piece of paper is going to look like when it comes out of the printer. It's your last chance to see if, maybe the margins need a little tweak or the orientation is off. The bottom line is, if it looks good here, it's going to look good in your hands. So, let's wrap this all up in a neat little package. You've now got a super simple 3-step plan for a perfect print every time. Ready? Step 1, set up your page in Page Layout. Get that orientation and scaling right. Step 2, add those handy headers and footers. And Step 3, the golden rule. Always check it in Print Preview. And that's really it. That's the whole secret. You're now totally equipped to take on any spreadsheet and get it printed perfectly. Those days of printing disasters, they are officially over. So go for it. What are you going to print with confidence first? Get out there and make sure your work always looks as good as it deserves to.